Do you ever get stuck wondering which tasks you should delegate to a VA and get off of your plate? It's time to clear up the confusion. In this video, I'm going to share with you my favorite things to delegate to a VA. Let's get started. I'm Joey Vitale. Welcome back to the channel, where I help you escape the grind, hire all-star VAs, and cut your work week in half. There is one thing that these VA tasks all have in common, and that's this. They're all focused on more recurring work. In other words, nothing that I'm going to get into today is one-off projects. I say that because if you're not careful, it's very easy when you have a new VA to just be like, oh, we need help with this one thing. Can you do some research or make a memo or do the task? And I just want to caution you to fight that urge, because the more that you can give them recurring types of projects that they do the same thing every month or week or day, that will turn into a real snowball of freedom for you and confidence and mastery on your VA side. That said, let's get to this list of my favorites. First off, let's talk about email. Because if you're like most of the business owners that I talk to, emails and your inbox are just the bane of your existence. And if you're a business owner, then you have far more valuable things to do with your time than just be sucked into your inbox all day. So it can be a really, really good first task for a new VA to have them help you with your emails. Now, eventually, once you and your email VA or executive assistant work together for a while, they can really do wonders in terms of keeping your inbox at zero and managing it like a champ. But in terms of next steps around this, here's what I would recommend. Rather than just giving them access to your inbox and asking you to do things, what might be more effective is hopping on Zoom calls with them once a week or maybe once a day. And during those calls, you look at your emails together. This way, they can serve as a kind of accountability buddy and also learn from you. It's great if you also have an AI bot like Otter or Fathom in those Zoom meetings so that everything can be summarized and transcribed. But having these types of focused calls that aren't really meetings but can still be Zoom calls really helps the VA learn about the particular ways that you are using your email in your business. And email management tends to happen in phases. So to start, maybe they just help you unsubscribe from newsletters that you no longer need in your inbox. And then they can help organize. And then they can review things and archive stuff that doesn't matter. And eventually they can be responding to emails on your behalf, or at least giving you a set of pre-drafted emails so that if it looks good, you can just hit send, and if not, you can make some slight tweaks and then hit send. Having a new VA help you with your email is one of my favorite things to do with the VA. And similar to email is having them help you with your calendar. Again, this falls under the category usually of an executive assistant kind of a VA. And you don't have to overthink this to start. You can give them read-only access before you give them the ability to edit and change what's happening on your calendar. And they can be helping you set certain appointments, move things around, or even have your to-do list turn into your calendar, which is my next favorite thing to do with the VA. And this is having your VA help you with your to-do list. I started doing this with one of my VAs, and it's been a total game changer. So let me walk you through the process. Once a week, I have a meeting with my executive assistant. And during that meeting to start, all that we do is I either look to notes that I'd taken earlier that day or the day before, or if I don't have a list of things, I'll just kind of close my eyes and start thinking of stuff that I need to do. And the first part of the meeting is just me brain dumping all of these tasks and potential things that I could be doing with my time. And you might be thinking to yourself, Joey, can't you do this without a VA? Yes, but actually putting it on your calendar and having someone else show up and watch you do this forces you to do it. It really is like you're paying your VA to be a very high-end accountability partner. Once that list is out of your head, your VA can help you go through that laundry list of potential things and figure out what really matters here, how long might it take. Pretty quickly, with the help of this VA, you can have a list of major tasks that you want to get done. and how long it should take you to complete those tasks. So before the meeting ends, what we do is we put those tasks with estimated times on my calendar. We look into this week and next week and we see, okay, how can I actually fit these tasks that I want to get done onto my calendar? This is a game changer because it turns my calendar into my to-do list. It sounds kind of weird, but it's totally true that these days I actually get more anxiety when I see a blank space on my calendar than when I see a full day, because it is so easy to just show up, honor my calendar, and do the tasks that are on there. And so the following week, we do the exact same thing, except we start by saying, hey, Joey, did you do everything that was on your calendar? Anything that I didn't get to or didn't totally finish, we move over and we start the whole process again. So that's my secret weapon for turning my calendar into my to-do list, and it works so well with the help of a VA that's holding me accountable. Now, you might be hearing all of this, but you still don't have a VA for yourself. So I want to help you out here. I created my A to Z hiring guide for virtual assistants, and it walks you through our process for sourcing, qualifying, and hiring great VAs. If you click the link below this video to that guide, I will give you my step-by-step process and save you a ton of time for trying to find these VAs on your own. All right, on to my next favorite thing to do with a VA. I don't know about you, but as an entrepreneur and business owner myself, I spend a lot of time learning. I am always reading business books, reading marketing books, finding out about certain courses and online programs that will help the business get to that next level. And I spend a lot of time consuming those resources. But these days, I spend a lot less time because I have my VAs do it for me. Here's how you can do this for yourself. Every month, put together certain books that you've been meaning to read, online courses that you've purchased or gotten access to but haven't gone through or finished, and send one or more of them to your VA for them to go through, read, listen to, take really good notes, and get back to you. I really like this because over time I'm able to teach my team the way that I consume this type of stuff. If I were taking my own notes, what specifically would I be highlighting, making notes of, having certain takeaways? So over time, I put together a SOP, a process for the way that I like to receive these notes and summaries of books and courses and other things. And don't forget that the whole point of learning is for you to take action on what you're learning, right? More often than not, those summaries that I get from VAs about courses and books and whatever are just the beginning drafts of an eventual SOP for the steps that our business is going to take once a week or once a month based on what we've learned from that resource. And it all starts with this idea of once a month assigning a different thing to a VA for them to go in instead of you, for them to take really good notes, turn that into a summary, which becomes an SOP, which then your business can execute on. Finally, one of my all-time favorite things to do with a VA. I share this because most of my business owner friends that get into this world of VAs and see how much of a almost cheat code it can be end up not having just one VA, but several. And so what I've learned to love with VAs is creating coverage and management at the VA level. My team is always thinking about how a new VA can start to be cross-trained on something that one of our existing VAs is doing, so that if any of the VAs go out of office, get sick, get pregnant, go on vacation, whatever it is, I, as the business owner, or none of my key teammates have to go into the weeds and cover for that VA. Trust me, if you start creating coverage at the VA level, your future self is going to thank you so much that you can stay out of the weeds when some key teammates go out of office. And this is where management also can come into play. If you currently have a VA that's just awesome at what they do, and maybe they have some extra time or want to go to the next level, one of my favorite things to do is to elevate a VA doer into a VA manager and have them manage your other VAs. Because once you have several VAs on your team, it can get time consuming to meet and communicate with all of them. And by elevating a VA into a manager VA, you've unlocked a whole new level of freedom for yourself. I'll go deeper on this topic and share with you more tools and tips so that you can escape the grind, hire all-star VAs, and cut your work week in half. Now, if you want to continue learning more about VAs and how they can help you in your business, then click on the video that's on the screen now.